We don't really value cash and Kardashian lips and fake boobs and stuff like that very highly.
Okay, wow. This Greenlander and former MP just had the most honest, well-spoken, genuine takedown of Trump I have seen in such a long time. Clips of this former Greenland politician's brutal takedown of Trump are going pretty viral online right now, but the whole video is even more brutal. So be sure to stick around throughout the entire video and I will show you all of the amazing, beautiful moments. Enjoy. Before we begin, be sure to leave a like on this video, comment down below, subscribe, share this video around so people can see this amazing takedown. But that's it. All right, let's hop in.
So I think Trump doesn't know about Greenlandic people. We don't really value cash and Kardashian lips and fake boobs and stuff like that very highly. Actually, you cannot even own land in Greenland. You can get an allotment for your house and then you own the house on top of the land. But Greenlanders don't believe in the land is for one person, is for everyone. And so is the seas, like the riches that we have there. So it's a big miscalculation that he thinks that Greenlanders would be incited by cash or something like that. We're not.
Miscalculation indeed. Yeah, Greenlanders actually have some sense of community and connection to their land and are not incentivized to give all of that up based on some temporary paycheck that is being offered to them by the American government right now. And yeah, I mean, no shit, they don't want any of this plastic surgery right now, especially like the MAGA brand that's going on right now. It's like kind of at the forefront of everything. It's pretty out there. Like, also, no private land ownership in Greenland. I did not know this, right? As an American born and raised here in the United States, this is like that concept is like pouring water on the Wicked Witch of the West, right? It is just antithetical to the whole thing we've got going on here, right? I feel like land ownership is kind of the only way for Americans, ordinary everyday Americans, to maybe potentially gain some generational wealth. And that's if your grandparents or great grandparents were lucky enough to purchase some. But still, that's kind of like the whole point is that you can have private land ownership here, but that is not the case in Greenland, right? Because everyone there is not incentivized like Americans are to go and grow and make more and more and more and more. But in Greenland, they're not incentivized by that. And I love that idea. I went online to double check and yeah, you can buy buildings and houses and all of that in Greenland, but you cannot buy the land that they sit on, which makes this whole Trump wanting to buy the whole thing even more ironic, don't you think? Not having a private land ownership and decommodifying housing as a policy would clearly and immediately help millions of people across the planet. And again, just shows what a different world Greenlanders are living in versus a place like America, right? They don't want us, bro. They do not want our sauce. Whatever we've got going on here, they do not want going on there, right? Their culture and their connection to their land is so much more important to them than getting a Gucci bag, you know.
Even if you were to say like $100,000 per person or something like that, we wouldn't give up free healthcare. We wouldn't give up free education. We wouldn't give up being a part of Europe. We wouldn't give up on our sovereignty eventually. And we're a very sovereign people within the Kingdom of Denmark. We're autonomous right now.
Oh, free healthcare, free education, no private land. This place freaking rules, dude. Okay, America, keep away, all right? You will ruin it. So again, after hearing this, I went and did some research. And yeah, Greenland does have a free healthcare system. And you may need to pay for some things, such as some dental care or certain percentages off of things like prosthetics and glasses. And due to its location, there may be some transportation costs involved, as it is an island. So there's also that. But beyond that, yeah, it's free. And you might think, okay, it's free, but it sucks, right? Yeah, nope, actually no. So it is a little tricky because Greenland doesn't usually appear on most international world surveys or rankings because it is an autonomous zone of the Kingdom of Denmark. So it's a little bit tricky. But if you go and check Denmark's healthcare system ranking, it's number 2. Yeah, in the world, it is the second best in the world according to the U.S. News and World Report. So, it's the second best healthcare system on the entire planet, right? The U.S. is ranked 19th, if you're curious. There are some more concerns about specifically Greenland in this scenario due to lack of access to specific healthcare due to its location and large rural communities. So if you do have certain specialties you need to, get help with, you may need to go to the capital city, which could be along transportation and all these things. And all of that could be addressed. But if you need to see a specialist here in the United States, for instance, you may also need to drive or fly 4 hours on end to a different state to get that healthcare access. And God forbid it's reproductive healthcare access because You might need to travel real far to get that. And for fairness sake, I did find this one study that does place Greenland at number 58 on their ability to treat certain conditions like diabetes and certain types of cancers, but you can get health insurance there if you wish, and if you don't, that's still fine. You get the free healthcare. Like, seriously, the US not having free healthcare is mind boggling, right? Richest country on the planet, by the way. Also, out of curiosity, I checked their education statistics. And again, it's hard to find stats for specifically Greenland, but Denmark is number 1 for public education. So number 1 and number 2. Right. And it's free. This one was a little bit harder to pin. In other studies, I found USA at number 1, Denmark at number 2, USA at 34, Denmark at 10. But across the board, Denmark never went below the top 10. But again, a little bit harder to find specifically Greenland. They don't show up. But from everything that I could find or see online, they have a pretty good education system. Okay, tangent over. Let's get back to this brutal takedown. It gets so much better. Take a look.
We do not want to be rich like the Americans are. See how greedy they are? They're even trying to shoot their friends or invade their friends just for greed. And we know that there's minerals and oils possibly in our underground, and that's worth so much more even than that. But even if we didn't have that, we would still not be bought.
The morals and spines of titans right here, right? Because Greenlanders do not want America and our culture leaking into their land, right? They have their own culture, their own history, their own land, their own people, their own language, all of these things. They are not financially motivated. Their nation takes care of them without them having to go to private industry to do so, and they can do the rest, right? Levels of community and reliance on one another for helping out and things like that we have not seen in America in decades, right? This is just an amazing rebuke of everything that Trump stands for. A man covering the White House in tacky gold trimming and building $300 million ballrooms, all while cutting taxes for the most rich and powerful among us, is trying to buy or take by force the land of an indigenous and isolated community with social safety nets that America could never even dream of.
And we know that Trump is very much surrounding himself, at least with the white power people. And we are not white, as you can see. We are of color.
Just directly calling out what every single Republican politician and a lot of Democrats are afraid to say. Trump's cabinet is a bunch of rabid white supremacists who are hell-bent on targeting black and brown communities and further oppressing the most marginalized among us. Because she is 100% right. Okay, Trump would only be a negative force for Greenland in this scenario, just taking it by force, not having any governing experience over this specific country and just trying to just jump in and take it over, right? It's just ridiculous. And just generally speaking, America doesn't do too great of a job going into other countries with a lot of oil beneath them run by people with melanin in their skin. We just have a bad history of that. But this video gets even more brutal at the end. Check it out.
Whatever you want to study, you can do that for free, and actually government will give you money to study. So while you're studying, you're getting a grant from your government.
Okay, just a quick pause. Just a quick pause, because what the hell? Okay, the government will pay you to go get a degree? Here in the States, you have to chop off an arm and a leg and still be saddled with a lifetime of debt to go to college. But here they will literally pay you. So again, I looked it up and it checks out 100%. It's a bit tricky to get. You have to be a Danish citizen and you have to be actively studying at an approved program there and be a permanent resident of Greenland. But hey, it's possible. It's there for the people of Greenland to utilize. Ugh, please keep the United States away from this place. Please. Please do not. Please. Please. Oh my goodness. Oh, but okay, quick interlude over. Let's continue.
Like the welfare state, we wouldn't trade for anything in America. But also, you have to remember, a lot of Greenlanders have family, like their mother or father or grandmother or grandfather who's Danish. We do have a 400 years history together or more in terms of being interconnected in that way. So, and we're also seeing a lot of protest in America right now that is unsettling with the ICE agents who are sort of going after a lot of people, and from here it looks like maybe he's going a lot after brown people, and we are considered brown people.
So the video does end there, but yeah, wow. I mean, just what an unbelievable takedown, and also a flex at the same time, right? Like, hello? She just goes on this video, either completely bashing Trump, his worldview, and everything that he stands for or has done for the United States of America, or she's just gassing up Greenland, showing how freaking awesome the social safety nets there are. But she's also showcasing something much more important than that. right? She is showcasing the mentality and the ideology of Greenlanders. Someone who is proud of their country and their unique heritage and their connection to Denmark and Danish culture, as well as their own culture that they've developed there over 400 years. It's an interesting and also very unique situation that someone on our side, and an American, especially someone like Donald Trump, could never really truly understand. Greenland is autonomous, but it has strong connections to Denmark, a NATO and US ally. This whole thing that Trump is doing is completely moronic and short-minded and just downright dumb, right? Clearly, the people of Greenland don't want this. The people of America don't want this. Europe doesn't want this. Nobody wants this. Donald Trump and his rabid, racist, crony administration are the only people who actually want this to go through, right? The US already has a military agreements and treaties with Greenland to utilize its land for intelligence reasons. Why do we want to take it over? Trump wants more power. He wants more control, and he wants the leverage, right? This whole national security shit is as flimsy as they come, right? But it also raises a lot of concerns because if he can buy or take Greenland, what comes next? Canada? This is too far, right? Trump should be impeached. And listen, we have the 25th Amendment for a reason, right? But yeah, just amazing video from beginning to end. Just absolute amazing takedown of Donald Trump and everything that he's been doing, everything that he stands for. It's just chef's kiss. It is perfection. But be sure to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel, comment your thoughts about this whole situation, and share this video so people can see this masterful takedown for themselves. But I think that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day. Goodbye.